Welcome to day 15 of 100 days of propagation with Priscille. I just want to thank you so much for making it this far. Now, the idea behind the series is to really inspire you and encourage you to propagate as a family, to connect with nature in a different way, in a tangible way where we can learn and get to see something so tangible grow right before our eyes. And so today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to debunk some of the mistakes or some of the reasons why your propagation is not working at home. Are you ready? All right, number one is that you're not cutting in the right areas of your plant. You are actually cutting above the node versus below the node. And when you're cutting for propagation, you need a node in order to stimulate roots. Without the node, unless if it's a plant, most plants have a visible node, but without that visible node or without that node, there isn't any area for the plant to stimulate roots from. And now some plants are a little bit more tricky, and even when we're looking at green onions, for instance, there's not a visible node where the roots are coming out from. The next time you're going to propagate, cut below the node versus above the node. Now, mistake number two, maybe another reason why your cutting is rotting in water, is that you're not allowing the plant to callus beforehand. You are placing it directly in water. A fresh cut in water has a lower possibility of succeeding. And so you want to allow the plant to callus so that bacteria doesn't enter the womb of the plant. Another reason why your cutting might not be working is that you're leaving too many leaves on the cutting itself. Now, too many leaves is a lot of moisture loss and a lot of stress for the plant, because when you're cutting a plant, now it needs to direct its energy somewhere. And if it has too many leaves on there, it's not able to sustain that life on the plant. And so it's very important to remove as many leaves as possible, leaving one or two leaves on your cutting. Another reason is not sanitizing your scissors or your cutting shears. Now, that is a disaster. When you're not sanitizing your scissors, there are fungus that can grow, bacteria, and other issues that can cause that root rot. And so you want to make sure that you sanitize your shears and your scissors very well. Another reason why your plants might not be thriving is that it is in low light. And I'm going to double up on the next point. Your propagation is failing is that it's a change of environment. So sometimes we'll have it in mind that, okay, we have this plant on the coffee table, let's say, and we propagate it and you don't know where to put your cutting. Some people would move it to a windowsill. Some people might move it to a corner of a counter. Giving the plant lower light than what it needs, especially in the season that the plant is in, where it needs that energy, needs that extra photosynthesis to grow. It's basically food. Photosynthesis, like the sun, provides food for the plant and it needs it to grow new roots. Also, when you're moving your propagation directly into a windowsill, especially in the winter, then you're causing the plant more stress. And it's a huge environmental shift and change for the plant. And those are some of the reasons why your propagation might be failing. Another reason why your propagation might be failing is that you're not changing the water regularly. And so when it is starting to grow some roots, you need to keep it clean. That water needs to be fresh because it can grow algae very fast in those vessels, and you want to avoid that in order to produce healthy roots. Another reason why your propagation could be failing is that the moment that you're seeing roots, you get extremely excited and you plant too soon. Planting too soon can cause stress on your propagation, and your cutting hasn't established strong and healthy roots yet. And so moving it into soil too soon can cause a failure of propagation. All right, we're getting to the end, and I want to share 2 more reasons why your propagation is failing. Another one is cutting the wrong size. When you cut a baby leaf or a baby stem or a premature leaf or stem, then you are not allowing yourself to have full success of the propagation, because a baby leaf is still baby, or a baby stem is still fairly new and might not be able to support itself. It needs its mama. It needs its mama plant to be able to thrive into a flourishing plant. And so, for example, if I'm propagating, I would not propagate this little leaf here. I wouldn't propagate this little leaf either. I would probably propagate this bigger leaf right here. And lastly, you're just giving up too fast. I know, it's discouraging sometimes when you have a beautiful plant and you find the courage to cut that beautiful plant and you realize, oh, I messed up. I messed up big time. And it hurts, it stinks. But you know what? The more you propagate, the more you use the methods and the techniques, the more comfortable you'll become with propagation. So the next time your cutting goes wrong, remember, you stopping to propagate actually stops the learning process and stop growth and stops opportunity for your plants to ultimately thrive. So if you fail, don't give up. Keep going, keep learning, and keep propagating. That was day 15 of 100 Days of Propagation with Priscille, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 16 of 100 Days of Propagation with Priscille.